All right, we're live. Let's see something. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Definitely appreciate you guys watching. Trying to open the comments here, trying to look at the comments and waiting for this to start. It's typically about a 20-second delay between the video and actually the channel. I think we're live right now. Appreciate everybody watching out there. Who we got? Greg. Thanks so much for watching, sir. We got Wicked Sensation. We got Jay Marine Semper Fi, brother. Appreciate you watching. Gun Collector, sir. Hope you're having a good day as well. All you guys, appreciate you guys watching for sure. So some of you guys been asking me about this thing. Let me open my nose. Wait. Some of you guys been asking me about this. Oh, one of you guys asked me. Maybe not too many. I'm not that important, but one of you guys did ask me. And the whole thing with Gunsing America, and again, you guys asked me my opinion. I actually watched the entire thing, and to tell you the truth, I thought it was a waste of time, a waste of my full hour. I could have done so much. I mean, I could have done so much better with my time than that. I just felt like it was a waste of time. Again, I was trying to see if we were going to get some type of information. I was trying to see if he actually had a legitimate plan, a legitimate solution. I consider myself a man that would look across my belief, and in a way I would maybe see what he was trying to accomplish. It makes sense to me, but in all reality I thought it was a waste of time. Now, I thought Anderson Cooper asked some good question. I thought that I thought pretty much everyone was against the president. I didn't see too much support from the people that were there, and let's say that CNN handpicked these people for whatever reason, but in all reality, what I saw was not really too much support. Maybe some of you guys saw something better than me. You guys are welcome to put it in the comments. Let me make sure the comments are going on. But again, didn't really saw too much support for the president, to tell you the truth, guys. What I really saw was um a lot of me, a lot of, it's not my fault, it's the Congress, and a lot of we trying to make everything better, but with not really any facts behind, with anything to confirm his plan. We trying to save the kids, we're trying to protect the children, we're trying to take care of the children, but in all reality, it wasn't facts behind what he was saying. So again, it was a waste of time for me. I know you guys asked me, so that's the reality. Here's a couple of things that it was kind of interesting. First of all, it was a lady that was raped, and she asked a really good question. She definitely asked a really good question. She was saying, hey, you know what, if you put this rules and regulation, policies, requirement, whatever you're going to put, you're going to stop me from being able to carry a gun, and you're going to stop me from being able to defend myself. And like I said, the lady was raped, and again, he gave some crappy answer to that. Oh, we're trying to make it harder for criminals, we're trying to this. Didn't make sense at all. We had the deputy, I think it was a sheriff, asked a really good question about self-defense. He really didn't have an answer to. So to me, it was a waste of time. Again, it was a waste of time. It was a lot of things that he was talking about, like, hey, you know what, we need to protect the children from possibly an accident. We need to protect the children from an accident. And again, a lot of those things, it doesn't require the government to tell us how to do it. Those are things that parents should take care. Again, we talked about the streets where he was from, where, people getting killed, and the kids are being shot. And again, to me, it does have nothing to do with gun control. It has to do with being a parent, being a father. all these people, I'm not going to throw numbers, but the majority of these guys that are being out there, being freaking gangsters, being whatever they are, hanging around in gangs, selling drugs, doing all these things, is because a large majority, I'm not going to say it's everyone, because obviously there's some of you guys out there that did an excellent job, and for whatever reason your kids came out to whatever, it happens. But the large majority is the fact that the parents weren't there. You look at his dad or her dad, possibly in jail, possibly a criminal himself. You look at the mom, again, possibly a criminal. So this thing has nothing to do with gun control. All these kids that are being shot, the majority of those kids have a crappy parents that didn't do the job. And because they didn't do the job, they found themselves in the street selling drugs, and that's just going to lead to issues and eventually leads to them getting killed. So again, you introduce drugs, you introduce this type of behavior, and nothing good is going to come out of that. So to me, again, a lot of that conversation have nothing to do with guns. It has to do with being a human being, being a good father. So it's kind of crazy when they address guns, but they're not addressing being a good father. I mean, to me, it's kind of stupid. I wrote some notes up here. Okay, here's something else that truly kind of pissed me off. It's the fact that it was a lot of talk about gun violence, how many guns are killing people, how many suicides going on, how many things are happening with guns. But it was no talk at all about how many good people are defending themselves with guns every single day. Again, we go back to Detroit with that single mom pretty much defend her house, defend her children with a high point carbine. Well, over a year or so ago, 3 guys trying to break in. Actually, 3 guys went inside the house, and she pulled rounds down range, and the 3 guys had to run out of the house. At one point, the guy, as the guy is running away, a gun comes out of his pocket or something like that. The guy reaches down, grabs that pistol, tries to go back in the house. The lady pulled more rounds down range, and finally the 3 guys, the 3 criminals run away. So again, no talk at all about how many people, law-abiding citizens, are saving life every single day. There have been reports of guys stopping active shooters at a mall. A while ago, it was a report on that. So again, no talk about that. Barely any questions. This is something else. Barely any questions. I mean, it was maybe like 6 questions at all. Barely any questions about that. Again, it was a lot of things. One of the ladies says something about, hey, you know what? You could do whatever guns policies you want. You could put whatever you want to put in place. But the reality is that criminals don't follow the law. We've been talking about that, and it wasn't really any answer. Again, all the questions that were asked, it wasn't any solid answer. And I'm going to give you an example. It was like 2 + 2 is 4. That's just a solid answer. I'm answering your question. His questions, his answerings were like out there, like me, and the Congress, and I'm trying to do this, and little kids are dying, so we need to do this. But in all reality, the question wasn't answered. So I saw a lot of that. Gun sales. Here's something else. He talked about some people out there are under the belief that he wants to take away the guns. That conversation took place as well. And he pretty much said that, we're crazy. Conspiracy. He talked about conspiracy. And he talked how, he's not trying to do anything. He only has 1 year left. 1 year left. So he's not trying to do anything, But he made it seem like, we're crazy. When we talk about things like that, we are crazy. Like that hasn't happened before, Not like Fidel Castro took all the guns and being a dictator for 60 years, and so many other examples out there that recently happened. But he kind of talked about that like it was funny and we crazy. Again, a lot of blame. He blamed the Congress for everything. The Congress needs to do this. The Congress needs to do that. And a lot of me, and a lot of the poor kids, we need to defend the children. So again, really didn't give any answer. It was a lot of talk about nothing, and to me, it was a total waste of my time. I mean, so again, if you guys were wondering what I thought about that, that is what I think about it. It totally waste of my time. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I really can't discuss anything else, because everything that he said, uh, it wasn't concrete. It was no solid information. It was all, poor kids are dying, and we need to stop, make it harder for people to get a gun. And the whole thing is about the whole private sales. That's pretty much what they're going for. Essentially, you could sell a gun to somebody. Maybe I could sell my gun to little brother if I want to. That's what they're trying to stop. But again, they talk about this thing where there's no background checks. And I remember in North Carolina is a good example. You could do a transfer, you could do a sell, you could sell a gun, a handgun, but a handgun you have to sell a handgun to a guy that has a permit. So essentially, you cannot do as a private sale from person to person without no paperwork. That person has to have a permit or a concealed carry, either a handgun purchase permit or a concealed carry. So again, by you having that type of paperwork, it already shows that you already went through a process. So this is not something that is not there. This is something that is there. This is something that in many states are already required. So again, it was an interesting question. One guy said that instead of creating this internet agency or whatever they're going to create, and they're going to allocate over 100 and something people, why don't we take that 100 and something people, 140 I think it was, and actually given to either police, I think it was the ATF, and actually help those guys enforce the laws that we already have in place. And again, it was not a solid answer. I didn't get any solid answer in the whole hour. It was a lot of blah, 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 and going around the point and not really talking about what it was asked. So again, that's what I think about it. If you guys got any questions, put in there. I mean, this is nice. I'm going to do this very short because there is not much to talk about. To me, it was a waste of time, and I really didn't get too much. I did fail. I was kind of surprised. I thought Anderson Cooper was it was going to be kind of like in his side. He did ask pretty strong. I thought that he kind of asked some good questions. Could have been better, but I thought that he actually asked pretty decent questions, if you ask me. I mean, again, could have been better, but he I don't know if he was trying to create more drama or whatever. CNN, you can't believe anything that CNN does. I mean, they're just horrible. Yeah, I mean, again, we all know that all these politicians have definitions and definitions of handguns and rifles and exactly what it is run. I mean, we have seen the news called AR-15s, what, AR-7s or something. We have seen the news make statements like, "Hey, this is a click that shoots like 100 rounds per second." I mean, these people have no idea what they're doing. I mean, they're just idiots. Again, not smart at all. Let me see if I see any questions here. Appreciate everybody watching. A lot of good guys out there. Thank you so much for stopping by and putting comments. I really appreciate that. Here's the reality. He talked about one of the things that he says, that every time this thing happened, gun control or something like this happened, the gun sale goes way out there. And to me, he kind of made fun of that in a way. He was like, it's good for the gun community because they sell a lot of guns. And the reality is that they sell a lot of guns because the American people are scared. They're just scared that he's gonna come out with something. He's gonna implement something, and it's gonna stop them from buying guns. So it's not so much they're scared. In a way, they're smart. So let me retract that. It's not so much they're scared, is that they're getting smart. They are preparing. I talk to people all the time at work, and some people that they don't have a background in military, they don't have a background in anything. I mean, they're just pure Americans. And they already started saying, wow, I can't believe this is happening. And they are starting to prepare by buying guns because they are seeing what happened. I mean, it's obvious. You could just see it with your eyes. So, anyway, Jay, yeah, you need a phone. So that's my point on this. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions putting out there, I'm gonna look at the comments. I appreciate you, JH6. Please don't become a sellout. I don't know what you mean, man. You're gonna have to explain. How do you become a sellout? Uh, when you become big. I mean, I don't know exactly how to become a sellout. I mean, I make videos here that I like, man. Whatever videos I put here is become because I enjoy them, and I like them. So I mean, I tell people all the time the channel is about me. I talk about things that I enjoy. I talk about things that I like, and I talk about stuff that I believe. I mean, I don't fake it. Don't be a faker. Don't fake things out there. You know, when I tell you I carry a gun every single day, I carry a gun every single day. When I tell you a pocket carry is the true. I could come out here and show you a Glock 17 with like 20 magazine and tell you that I carry a Glock 17 and a Glock 19 and maybe wear my uniforms and my medals and become like, oh, I'm all tactical. But that's not me anymore. I tell you, you know, when you see me out there, that's just how I am. So, yeah, I mean, this is interesting because you know, my wife carries a gun. She, here, the question is, you know, what do you tell it, you know, somebody that has an anti-gun wife? First of all, is she's your wife. You love her with all your heart. That's, you know, that's what God says. So your wife come first. But you know, just don't be pushy. Sometimes when you get pushy, it start getting annoying. You know, you know, kind of like start talking about it nice and easy. You know, hey, look, this is what happened. Act to shoot a situation every now and then, and eventually they're gonna start. It's kind of like my wife. It's gonna start being like, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. It's kind of crazy. And then when they start shooting, don't take it to the range and give her a 357 and be like, hey, shoot this gun. Start in a 22 so they can start enjoying shooting. They can start loving the sport, and then they go into the self-defense portion. So I would say nice and easy, man. Don't push it too much. Just little by little, put a little bit by little bit, and eventually you're gonna see that come back. I mean, that's what I did. It seems to work okay. Yeah, take it to when you take it to the range. Don't be try to make it fun. You know, go to the range, have a good time, shoot some gun, little by little. You know, after they start loving it, then you could probably work more and being more accurate. How you hold the gun, but at the beginning, just little by little bit, until they start enjoying it. We can still purchase. I don't know if you could purchase a 40 mic 203 grenade launcher, 40 mic. I don't know. Uh, okay, what is here's the question. What is my opinion on Islam? Well, obviously I'm a Christian man. Obviously I believe in Christ. Obviously I believe Christ is my savior. I talk about it here in the channel. Obviously I believe that my God is the way to go. I mean, that's just how it is. But you know, I also believe that this is a free country. If you want to believe in something, and that's your right to do that as well. um Now, with that said, uh, a lot of times I hear guys, you know, Christians always talking crap, always saying, you know, hey, you know, talking all this nonsense. I think, you know, God calls us to love. So we need to love people and we need to show the example. It doesn't matter if you believe in Muhammad or Allah, whatever, or maybe, you know, maybe you're gay or maybe you doing this, that in all reality, Christians shouldn't do that. But again, that doesn't mean that you have to hate that person, you know, like, oh, I hate you because you do this. That's not what we do. We love the people, hate the sin. Obviously, you hate the sin because God hates sin, but you still love people and you still show the example. I think the best way to testify, the best way to testify, the best way to preach is by showing the example. A lot of Christians out there, talk about all this stuff, but they don't show the example. So showing the example is critical. Again, you're always going to make mistakes. You're always going to say something stupid and always going to come out wrong. But you know what? At the end of the day, you got to ask for forgiveness and then start over and try again. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. If the Quran says to kill people, you got to understand that this place is messed up. This place is so messed up. God created an amazing place for us. It was awesome, and we messed it up by disobedient and by not doing what He wants us to do. So because we brought sin into this place, we have a broken place, a broken planet. I mean, this place is all messed up. So you're always gonna see bad things going on. It's just you can't do nothing about it. But if you really read into the Bible, Jesus says that the worst thing that you could ever miss, don't worry about an active shooter situation, don't worry about a bomb, don't worry about ISIS, don't worry about anything, don't worry about having cancer, don't worry about anything. The worst thing you could miss, the worst thing that could ever happen to a person is to lose that eternal life. So again, you got to make sure that you are, in my house, we carry a gun and we are safe. And if something happened, because you got to understand something, guys, at one point, something's going to happen. No matter what you do, you could carry 7 guns. You could hang around a pack. You could do whatever you want to do. You could take every single training class that you could afford. And at one point you will die. There's nothing you could do about it. I mean, look at Marines. Marines train for like forever and ever, and they go to Afghanistan and they die. And they have the best gun, the best equipment, the great training, and they still die because at one point it's going to happen. So if you don't believe in God, again, it's cool. I tell you can believe whatever you want. This is a free country. But some of you guys that do believe, you got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared for that. Okay, so capacity. Let me see some of these questions here. Big shout out to Mangles. He's in the house. You're walking. Appreciate that, Ricky. Yeah, we tried to do it. Like I said, you're always gonna have mistakes. You're always gonna go down. But when you go to sleep at night, you need to repent and start over again. Let me see. I'm gonna answer some of these questions and then I'm gonna cut it because it's 10:55 at night. I got a wife. You guys know what I'm saying. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta work tomorrow. Capacity. Let me see some of this question. Thank you. Again, Trail Crosses. What do I think about Obama's debate? I think it was a waste of time. Questions weren't really answered. Only a few questions. He didn't really answer the question. And I think he went way around that question. And ultimately, all he did was like, is the Congress fault and me. And he really didn't said anything that was interesting to me. CCWH, do I think it should be 18? Absolutely, I think so. If you're 18, you join the United States military, and you are old enough to go to combat and fight, so you should be old enough to carry a gun in the United States. I mean, that's it. Now, in a lot of places, you could carry. Don't call me. Do your research, but you should be able to carry like open carry states. A lot of times, you could carry. You cannot buy at the age of 18. You can't buy a gun from an FFL, but you could potentially in some states buy it from a private party. So again, if my kid is 18 and I want to sell him a gun, I want to give him a gun, it could be legal. So again, do some research. I have heard that in the past, but don't trust me or anybody in the internet. Call the sheriff's department. Make sure you got all that information. So Michigan, yeah, there's a lot of guys here in the channel hang around. Obviously, a lot of guys believe in God because I talk about God, and typically the guys that don't, it's kind of funny. I'm going to say this: when I didn't believe in God, and you talk about God, I didn't care. I was like, okay, man, I'm going to watch your channel anyway. But there is some people that really get annoying about that, and typically those people that really get annoying about that are people that used to believe, but something happened, and now they hurt. So eventually what happened is that they hate God for a little bit, and then a couple of years later they come back. I mean, that's typically what happened. But yeah, there's a lot of good guys here that believe in God. There's some guys that don't, some guys that have told me straight out, hey, you know what, I don't believe in God, but I enjoy your channel. I enjoy looking at guns. I enjoy your point of view. And most likely, I got to tell you, most definitely, you guys are welcome to be in the channel as well. As long as everybody's respectful, anybody's welcome to to be part of the channel. I mean, I want to have a community where everybody's welcome. Everybody could share information. Nick is in the house, practically tactical slash operator. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Putting out a lot of good stuff out there, man. We appreciate your hard work. Um, yeah, you're right about that, man. All right, so yeah, so here's the deal. So uh Genius, Arborist, you talk about those kids. I talked about this in the past. I think they're a bunch of idiots. I mean, I don't know how to say. Typically, those guys are not part of the gun community. Typically, guys that get a rifle, walk around with a camera, and they creating issues are not part of the community. Typically, are guys that want to become famous for whatever reason. They're looking for that viral. There we go, viral video, and the whole reality, they're thinking they're gonna make money out of YouTube. And I gotta tell you, you don't make too much money out of YouTube, so you're wasting your time. They're looking to possibly sue the police or something. I mean, check it out, guys. If a cop is doing a traffic stop, that's a pretty dangerous job. There's no reason why you should walk to a cop doing a traffic stop with a rifle. I mean, that's just not smart. You're gonna get shot. And typically, I've seen some of those videos where the guy's walking. I saw one when the guy's walking, his wife is pregnant, and he's like, they're coming. And as soon as the police is coming, they're like, make sure the camera is on. Come on, man. How do you help in the gun community with that? You're not helping the community at all. You're just hurting the community. So to me, they're just a bunch of idiots. But again, if you want to hang around with a gun and, record the police, that's your choice. You do whatever you want. So all right, guys. So here's the deal. I love to be here for a little bit more, but like I said, it's 10, 11 o'clock, and I got to work tomorrow. So I just wanted to do a quick video. Appreciate everybody's support. I wanted to tell you guys that I watched the whole thing, an hour long, and to me, it was a waste of time. To me, it was a lot of, me. The Congress messed up. The Congress need to do this. We need to protect the children, and a lot of guns kill people. But really, they really didn't even talk about how many guns save people. You want to protect the children? Maybe a father with a gun, with a tool that is going to allow him to protect his children from a criminal is a great idea. I mean, that wasn't talking. It was a lot of nonsense. So I feel like a lot of people there didn't really support him. So I did feel like it was a failure for the president. I felt like he didn't get what he wanted to get out of that. And I felt like it was too much talk around, too much waste time. It was not a conversation about gun. At one point, every person that asked a question, he had a minute speech like, thank you about you. Thank you about doing this. And thank you. But come on, man, answer the question. Let's go to the next one. Let's talk about this. It was a lot of political crap, and it just didn't work. I thought it was a waste of time. That is just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Again, appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much for coming here to the channel. Thanks so much for liking the video. What do we got? We got 25 likes. Woo! Thanks so much for liking the video, sharing the video. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to have more videos, like I said, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to continue to do these live shows because a lot of you guys enjoy them, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback from this. One of these days, I'm probably gonna invite some people and talk. So like that, we have that interaction. But I really appreciate it. Check out some of the guys in the comments. There's a lot of good guys here. It's, Central Oregon Survival just came in. Subscribe to his channel. Really good dude. I think Greg is making videos too, so subscribe to his channel. Again, pretty cool guys here in the comments. I really appreciate it. Of course, CNN is full of crap. You have to be able to listen and being able to extract the good thing. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys: protect your ears. I'd say that in the past. Protect your ears from what you're listening to. You start listening to jump comes in, and you're not going to have anything good come out. So you need to protect your ears, and you need to make sure that you listen to the right things, because there's a lot of misleading and crap information out there. It is just ridiculous. I mean, it's just stupid. Somebody say I love you. Well, I love you too, brother. Thanks. Where's the beer? Oh, okay, that's the last one. I got a job. I got to pay bills. I got to pay electricity, internet, all the stuff around here. So you have to have a clean shave. Can you believe that? I mean, that's just unbelievable. But anyways, I miss the beer. That's the only thing I'm going to say. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching, guys. Like the video, subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for more, and God is in control.